it's your girl Tati, and I am back with yet another video. Shout out to me because I'm being consistent, right? This is a new journey for me. If you haven't seen my channel, I have one video. So this is a new journey for me. But yeah, more on consistency. That's actually going to be the topic of today's discussion. Like why consistency matters in pretty much your road to success. Being unemployed has given me a lot of time to think. Like I literally have nothing but time to think and apply to jobs, right? Which hopefully I won't be doing for long. I do have an interview coming up, so please pray for me if you're watching this. Please pray for me. I think I'll get it. I think I'll get it. But listen, these days when it comes to the job market, you literally have to have tough skin. Of course, I'm going to have the most confidence that I could have, but I also believe in rejection is redirection, so I'm not going to put all my hope in eggs into one basket when it comes to, these jobs. So, and again, that's just temporary as I do want to continue on this YouTube journey. But mama needs money, so here I am applying to jobs like everybody else. But anyways, we're gonna talk about today why consistency is super important when it comes to any journey of growth. And I was thinking one day, like, what is it? Like, what is the key to, following your dreams and success and all of that? And success is subjective. Like, success could be paying off your car note. Everybody has a different definition of success. So I don't want to touch on like money, even though, money does help, in today's society. I wish, it wasn't ran by that, but that's just the name of the game, really. But I want to talk about why the people that we often look up to and see on our TV screens, why they're successful. And it really just comes all down to consistency. Like if you are trying to do something, you're not gonna succeed unless you keep going with it. You know what I mean? You don't go to the gym once and then after you're done expect to have like a six pack and you know arms. You know what I mean? Like you have to work out. You have to consistently go to the gym whether you feel tired that day, lazy, you have to go and stay consistent. Not only was I thinking about like my own situation, but I was also thinking about like the people around me. Like some of us really do have like great talents and so much potential, but there's somewhere that we're falling short. And I realized like with people that are, the people we see on our TV screens, the people who are successful, right? Um, I guess you could touch on celebrities specifically. I do have some artists that I look up to. So I'm not a person who's like a stand. I actually hate celebrity culture because I believe we all bleed red, right? So like nobody's better than the next person. Like the way we put them on a pedestal is actually crazy. But I do have people I look up to, right? And I be looking at their journey like, yo, like, what did they do? What's the secret sauce? You feel me? And I realized, like, a lot of them went through this period of just, like, having the audacity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really just putting themselves out there. And I realized, like, I be anxious a lot. Like, in my past, I missed opportunities that could have very well put me in a certain position. And that was just because I was, like, afraid of being seen type of thing. So like once you get over that fear of being seen, that's when you start to like take steps forward, right? Like I was talking about how with my mom, like how people were saying Doechii just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, nah, she been doing her big one. Like, have you not heard Crazy? Have you not heard that song with Isaiah Rashad? I don't know why I'm reading it right now because I played that song to the ground when it first came out. But outside of that, her own music. I don't even want to put Isaiah in it. Love him. We're not going to put Isaiah in it. But I was kind of looking at her journey and I realized like this girl had audacity, not in a bad way, but she just really believed in herself that much to really just put herself out there and be like, forget what everybody else thinks, right? Forget everybody's limited beliefs. Like, I'm just gonna do what I believe is already set for me, like what I believe is destined for me. You know what I mean? And so I really look up to her for that because some people be looking at you crazy when you really believe in yourself. Like people would literally look at you like, you think you better than somebody for really having some sort of like belief and confidence in yourself. Like, am I supposed to follow everybody else's footsteps? Like, just because you're scared to, take a chance on yourself and you'll go your whole life being unhappy does not mean that I'm gonna do that. Just because you believe in yourself, like people will really look down on you. How are you looking down on me? And I'm the one who's actually making moves out here or trying to make some moves out here while you just sitting at home living the same day every single day. You know what I mean? So the way I started really just having audacity is by making small steps. Like I feel like you gotta have audacity to reach where you wanna go in life. Like you gotta take a step out on faith. Um, so YouTube is definitely a step for me. But that's a huge step. But on a smaller scale, the way I started taking steps was really last year. Like I pray I'm saying her name right, but one of my favorite artists is Amare, right? I think I'm saying her name right, and it's like, how's she gonna be my favorite artist if I don't know how to say her name, right? Whatever. I think it is Amare though. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, but yeah, she was in Atlanta, and me and my friend decided that we was gonna go. Like we was gonna go see her. And by the time that the concert was coming, my friend pretty much had some things happen to where she couldn't go anymore. So I was at a point where I was like, I don't know if I want to go because again, I was afraid of being seen, especially alone. You know what I mean? Not so much, and I got my folks with me, but going to a concert alone is not, you know, something that most people do. Most people are going to have somebody with them. But then there are people who are bold enough to go on their own. Um, so that kind of ran through my head, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not going alone. Like, what? Me go alone? Um, like that's so uncool. Like, really having that boldness to go by yourself is one of the coolest things you could do. So I was sitting there and the time was about to be there, right? It's the day of the concert. I think the concert started at 8. It was like 6 o'clock, and I'm still deciding, like, am I gonna go? And then I just had something inside me say, "Bruh, go!" Like, just go. So I bought the ticket and I went. And they say like when you step out and really just take a chance on things, like you have to do it nervous. You got to do it sad, anxious, mad, happy, like just do it type of thing. So I did it. And that was honestly like no shade, but I think I had a better time going alone than what it would have been with her. No disrespect. We don't talk anymore, so it don't even matter. But if you're watching this, no disrespect. But yeah, that small step that I made was like it opened me up to so many other things, like going by myself and not waiting on people and just really having faith that things are gonna work out. Like I'm not gonna die, right? And I'm not saying that everybody should go to a concert on their own, right? That was just one way I did it. But I'm a woman. I mean, just the world in general, but especially as a woman, can be unsafe sometimes. So I definitely don't encourage going to a concert alone, depending on your environment, right? Atlanta's a little rough. Luckily, it was like in Buckhead, like a nicer part of, you know, Atlanta, I guess you could say, even though Buckhead. You know, people get technical about Atlanta. Anyways, so just do things being mindful. Like always have discernment. You know what I mean? But anyways, going to that concert opened so many more doors for me when it comes to like just doing things on my own accord. Um, and the rest was history. Like there's another concert that I went to this year. If you guys are familiar with the artist Tenario, she's actually from Atlanta, but she had a concert here in Atlanta. Going to concerts by myself is like low key therapeutic, and I did it before, so I was like, I could do it again. And that has helped me kind of just build confidence in showing up for myself, being seen, and not really caring so much about being perceived. Like that's been the biggest thing to stop me in like going forward with things is just being perceived. Like even with YouTube, like for me it's like I'm being nothing but perceived. You know what I mean? Like y'all don't know who I am. You just going based off of like who I'm showing up as. But yes, being perceived is one of the things that kind of stops a lot of people. Like a lot of us have social anxiety, right? And like back in the day, this is how we were, kind of protecting ourselves. Like in hunter and gatherer days when we used to live in like the wild, like we had to be kind of weary of people and things, you know what I mean, for our own safety. But it's evolved with us as well as we evolved as people. Coming up to 21st century, a lot of people have social anxiety with like COVID and all that. That just kind of made it even more, emphasized. So, just taking that step was pretty big for me. I told my mom and she was like, "You what?" uh, yeah, I had to tell her afterwards. So she wouldn't discourage me from going. But love you, mom. But yeah, having the audacity can take you so far in being consistent, right? Because we started off this video, another one of my tangents, right? We started off this video talking about consistency. So going back to consistency, being consistent, even for me, has made a world of difference. Like when it comes to just starting new projects, because I'm a person who, like, I'll start things. Like I could start a million things, and it gets hard, or something happens. Like there's some type of bump in the road, and I'll just stop and never go back to it. And then I look back and be like, man, if I had just did little actionable steps instead of just trying to make it a huge thing where like I have to accomplish this now or I have to be good at it right away, actually giving myself grace to actually learn would have gotten me farther than what I'm at now, having never given myself the chance to actually fail and do better the next time. You know what I mean? Just saying forget it altogether, it set me back. Like I am starting from square one with a lot of things. So if you are watching this, just give yourself grace. Like they say it takes 21 days. Like for instance, if you're building a habit, give yourself those 21 days. You know what I mean? Like actually see things through. And there's people who are making money off of not much anything. Like let's be real. Like it's so many ways to make money. You don't really have to have like an actual talent. Like a lot of these people who be making money and who be going viral, this is so surface level, right? These are surface level examples, but let's be honest, some people are really out here doing their thing, and it's because they decided that I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to show up every day, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter how I'm looking. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be present for myself, and I'm going to give myself a chance. All in all, I hope that if you're embarking on whatever journey you're heading on, no matter how old, right? Because I don't care what nobody says. You can never be too old to do something new, to change. Like, unless you're no longer on like this earth, existing amongst, everyone else, be consistent. Like, actually give yourself a chance to fail, to get back up, and to do better next time. Like, actually, the way you give everybody else grace, learn to start giving yourself that. Actually give yourself time to, grow. Some of us are late bloomers. Like me, I'm a late bloomer. I wish I started this YouTube journey. Mind you, I'm still in my 20s, right? But I'm in my later 20s. But I also wish I started this YouTube journey when I really wanted to back in college. You know what I mean? Like, just really having fun with it too, not making it this big thing. So, yeah, if you are out there and you want to try something new, just try it. No matter what anybody says, just block them out and keep it pushing. Because people never believe somebody when they're in the works of doing something. But when things start to show up, that's when they want to start believing in you. So sometimes you're going to have to be alone. Sometimes you're going to have to feel like, dang, nobody understands me. Well, sometimes we're not meant to be understood, right? I don't want to be understood by everybody. Because there are some not so good people in this, like, in this earth.
An idiot sandwich. Idiot sandwich what? An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Political wise, friends, people you know.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
Yeah, I had to. Oh God, you don't even understand the process that I was going through because my mic kept turning off. But really, what I was just trying to get at was like, you have to be comfortable being an anomaly. And once you get comfortable, like being somebody who may be like the black sheep, then it's like, okay, you start to take pride in that and start to realize I am an individual and I have great characteristics about me. Maybe other people want to see this. You know what I mean? So, like, just put yourself out there and be open to being perceived. For one, it don't matter how people look at you, right? At the end of the day, you are you and you are the person who is living your own life. But on the other hand, you could be very well helping somebody else out, right? Like, I see them taking a risk. Maybe I could do it too. Like, you never know. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching as always. Y'all have a good one.